So as I get picked up by the Rainbow Bridge and I'm stopping with my process and starting to enter into your energy, the Rainbow Bridge actually becomes these like gridded, colorful lines, and my body's inside this, and so as it becomes these vertical and horizontal lines, it actually cuts my body up into these little squares, these like perfect little squares. And so my body is now basically cut up into quite a few small pieces. And so my energy kind of goes towards the direction that your energy is pulling it. And so as I fly through this kind of portal, I actually am now following an angel. And as I follow this angel, the angel then becomes this like tree topper angel, like a Christmas tree topper. And I become this little girl that's staring at this Christmas tree. And so my energy gets pulled back, and then I see that it's your energy as a very young girl in front of a Christmas tree, and I see you just staring up at this angel Christmas tree topper. And like your gaze, I actually see a beam of light going between you and this angel. And then I start to get pulled into like a loud father figure that's off to the side. And at this point, I think I'm in your records, and your records presented themselves in like this beautiful pine tree forest. And it was like this huge log cabin. And so I had gone in the log cabin after I got dropped down by the first tree, and now I'm seeing this happen at this second tree inside of a home. And so there's this dominating masculine energy, and I perceive it to be like father energy, and it's almost as if he thinks there's something wrong with you. And I don't know if this is a real occurrence, or if this is like the real interpreted energy of the father that was in your life, but very dominating and loud, and almost like, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? And like pulls you away from this connection. And so whether or not that's the actual father energy that was in your life growing up, I also feel that as you got older, then the masculine energy or the left brain energy took over. And so you lost a connection with spirituality and the body. There's 4 bodies, and there's the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. And so your physical body became detached from the other etherical bodies, and this is kind of takes back to the Rainbow Bridge. My body was compartmentalized into all these different pieces, and so I feel like your body is in pieces. And so there's the health issue, or there's health issues that's stemming from this. And so I feel like early on there was this very strong connection to the divine and to the divine around you and within you, and because of either in your life masculine energy, or just the or because of your left brain taking over and dominating the right brain, you lost the internal and external connection with the feelings that you receive in the body when you are divinely aligned to your higher self and to the frequencies of higher beings around you. And so what I got is that the sensation of these health concerns that you might be experiencing, it's although there are going to be symptoms, I feel like there's always an underlying symptom that pops up, and it's this numbness in the body, or whatever part of the body is having a problem. One of the symptoms that is consistent throughout the problems you're maybe experiencing is that you will feel numbness, almost like you are detached from whatever part of your body is going through this experience. So if you're having problems with headaches, constant headaches, so along with the pain, there's going to be this like dull numbness, or like you that side of your brain, or wherever, behind the eyeball or in the back of the occipital ridge, there's going to be this numbness that you can't feel, but there's also the pain. And then say there's like a tennis elbow, so along with that pinched nerve pain feeling, there's also going to be a numbness where your arm's not even there. So that, I feel like when these problems arise, there's this detached sensation from the body. And so the guides were telling telling me in order to get this feeling back, you have to stop trying to detach from the pain that's in the body, because the pain is signaling you to the existence of the bodies and the existence of the awareness that needs to take place with whatever's going around. So this is my worldview, but pain that comes up and happens in the physical body is usually a representation of something that happened either on a spiritual level, on a mental level, on emotional level, and then results in the physical body. So let's just say, so for me, I had migraines as a very young child, and so I had spirituality problems with my left and right brain connecting and not understanding that the voices in my head were guidance, so it started blocking it, and the intense frequency that I was feeling from that, and then with the blocking, I would get migraines as a signal that there's something going on in the spiritual body in my field. And so for you, same thing. Like when these things start to happen, it's not just it's a physical symptom, but it's alerting you to either an emotional conditioning or patterning that's going on, or something on a mental level, a mental strain of thought processes that you're not letting go of, or even on a spiritual level, something that you need to become aware of in your field. A lot of times when my guides come through and speak to me, they come through and it's actually intense pain in my body, because guides' frequencies are very high, and high frequency, when it enters into our field and into our body, it's like a circuit overload. And so actually right now I'm having a really painful surge of energy run through my right brain, and it's one of my guides, and I know this is probably alerting me. He's been with me actually for a while, and I know it's helping me to convey this message to you. And so so when there's physical symptoms in the body, we have to be aware and take notice of what's going on all levels. So as soon as you start to get that pain, instead of detaching from it, allowing it to compartmentalize and like taking that elbow, that tennis elbow, and making, cutting it out of your body and saying, I'm not going to pay attention to this, the pain's too much, or this is happening, I disengage with this part of my being as it's going through this. You have to allow that energy to be there and exist. You have to give it your attention. You have to step back from your conditioned thought processes of whatever doctors or whatever anybody's told you is happening to you. You have to pull back and ask your field, ask out loud, ask telepathically, however you have to, say, what do I need to know about this tennis elbow? Or what do I need to know about this right brain pain? Signal it out and engage with it. Don't pull it. Don't disconnect from it. Don't pretend it's not there. You have to engage, and you have to allow it to be a part of your body. And you have to engage in it that way to start to understand what's going on in the fields around you. And then what they showed me is that if you can run light, so as you start to get whatever this problem in your body is, if you can run light from every other part of your body that's feeling good and connected, if you can almost visualize yourself, like people with phantom limb syndrome, like they'll, who have amputated limbs or whatever, they like pretend like they can see that part of their body and run energy and try and breathe into that part of the body. That's what you have to start to do, is to start to connect into the energy of that part of your body. And then you ask the questions to the field around you and say, what do I need to know from this pain? Why is this pain with me? You have to engage with it. And I feel like that's going to bring you the most solid information and connection back into your body and into this vessel, this channeled vessel of just divine light that you are. And I think that's going to make you whole and connected again, so that the body starts to balance out and there's not such like crash and burn or high and low frequency moving through the body. I think it brings you back into a place of homeostasis. So with light and love.